Hello, my beautiful friends. I wanted to come on today to talk about how important it is for us to address our emotional well-being and make time in our lives to process our emotions, to process the energy of emotions that a lot of times we're walking around. Hi, beautiful. Let's see, bring them on the camera. Yay! How a lot of times people are walking around holding on to resentment, bitterness, shame, or guilt. And I wanted to have Dr. Marlene Tejas Cordova join us today because she's an integrative family medicine doctor that acknowledges that a person's emotions matter as a doctor. And it's a part of our health that I think, because we can't see it, we think it doesn't exist. But can you imagine how many people have healed their cancer, have healed their fibromyalgia, depression, because they have processed traumas from the past, and it just takes seconds to clear the weight of the past. And this is something that I learned the hard way, because when I was in school as a physical therapist, we never talked about emotional pain, and yet in the profession of physical therapy, they say that we manage chronic pain. I've been to courses where the name of the course is How to Manage Chronic Pain. And here we go. Dr. Tejas is joining us here. Yay! Hi, Ricky. Hi, Michael. Hi, Vivian. Thank you for joining us for this empowerment time. Frankie and Dr. T is joining us right now. And we're going to talk about emotional wellness, emotional self-care, and this whole concept of processing our emotions and how important it is. Thank you for being here with me, Dr. Marlene.
Hi, thanks, Michelle.
Yay!
Thank you for having me.
And so
I'm staying home doing telemedicine, so that's why I'm, not looking like the normal doctor look here. Enjoying this day working from home.
well, it's awesome that you can do telemedicine with people and do all the wonderful things that you do anywhere you can be, right? And you work with people all over the United States doing telemedicine. They don't just have to be in South Florida, right? Yay! So what I wanted to ask you, since you are a person who's experienced working with me personally and professionally and with your patients, how you see our emotional health, our emotional well-being, our ability to process emotions as an important part of the whole health care process. You know, when you work with clients and if they don't have any emotional well support, what the difference is and why that's important, and what you've seen from the benefits of having had that, learning how to process your emotions, because that's something that a lot of us are just angry, we react, we get triggered, and we just never address our emotional wellness.
That's a good question. I've been doing this 23 years, board certified in family medicine, traditionally trained, and now I have my own clinic, O Health by Dr. T. And probably would say at some point, maybe 10 years ago, I'm taking care of patients, and I had this epiphany that there's some other way to help a patient heal and transform their health, and their emotional health and well-being was not being addressed. I wasn't really trained to address that either. I was trained, I guess, in a way that did not really. I mean, we went over psychology and psychiatric diagnoses, depression, anxiety, and things like that, and those kinds of diagnoses. But just emotional health and well-being was not part of the conversation. And now more than ever, it needs to be. Now the more than ever. And it's so important, emotional health and well-being. And Michelle, I had the opportunity to meet you, how many years ago? 5, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, when I was going through a really hard time in my life, personally. And now and the other day I realized professionally too, in those moments where you reach, like, there's other ways to do things, that there's, your intuition is telling you, look further into this, what's going on, how did I wind up here? And that journey inward into your own emotions and why you why you feel them, and how to process negative emotion and release that negative emotion, because it'll make you sick if you don't. Basically, it's as simple as I can put it, is if you don't learn what Michelle teaches and taught me, and now I integrate it into my practice, emotional release, how to process all emotions, good and bad, actually, and actually eventually not even judge them, but feel everything fully, and then letting it go. And therefore, you keep your vibration high and you stay healthy. That's it in a nutshell, really. But it can be quite challenging if you've not ever even thought about this way. So Michelle Alva has a method, and when you see her, she teaches you and empowers you how to take care of your emotions, good and bad, how to process and release, and therefore you are armed with tools and processes that keep you healthy emotionally for the rest of your life. And you can check in with her as needed, right, for tune-ups event, right, because she teaches you, she empowers you, she's very, very conscious. Michelle's very conscious about not getting you dependent and staying dependent, and developing that relationship. She empowers you so that you can rely on yourself, and then know when you need to go and get some extra help. Like I go to her every now and then to get the tune-ups, right? And the reason this is an important topic is because emotions affect our physiology and our hormone balance and our immune system and our blood pressure, and it can
How we
create
look too,
physical
our face.
manifestations. How we look, absolutely. You look younger. It's the best anti-aging treatment, to go learn emotional processing and release, and immediately you'll look 10 years younger. So I encourage you to take whatever Michelle has to offer, which is always an abundance of classes and events, now online. She is a resilient, emotionally healthy person that loves herself and teaches others to love and themselves and accept themselves. And she lives it, therefore teaches it and promotes it. And it's her passion to teach everyone how to process all emotions, good and bad, so that you are a highly vibrating, healthy individual, mind, body, and soul. Right, Michelle?
Yeah, and that is the first step to being orgasmic. When we take people on this journey, I've been doing the orgasmic whole body orgasm classes, and people think that it's about learning how to orgasm, but the truth is, when we process our emotions, we open up to that energetic body that we are, and then we can expand and connect to the creative energy. So beyond orgasm, it's really about creating something new. And a lot of us feel that we're not creating. We're holding on, we're depressed, we're frozen, we're disconnected. So there's no creation happening. And that's why I'm so grateful for you, because in addition to the awesome smoothies that you create, that's something else that I want to plug right now. Is I have to say that a part of my greatness is that I have your supplements and your products. Dr. T is not just a doctor, she also is a creator of these amazing supplements. She just released her smoothie powder, in the second version of it, which I can't wait to get my hands on
Yeah.
it. And so she's very creative, because she's also processed a lot of her baggage and manifested this amazing life. And so, can you share with us a little bit about that? Because I'm going to put the link down below for how people can get that. I don't want to keep it all to myself. We're talking about her smoothie powder
it's a
now.
it's a plant power powder, and it now has spirulina in there, which is an amazing ingredient in terms of offering antioxidants and amino acids and extra fiber and protein, that is vegan and natural and healthy, which is always what I'm trying to stick to in anything that I make. And it's yummy and delicious, and it's a great thing to have, a great supplement to have in your after a workout, so that you give your body the protein it needs to build muscle. And it's got zero sugar, which
Awesome.
is really important, because I'm sure you get into it, of how sugar affects your body and even your emotions, how you feel. I often have to tell patients that, you know, yes, your food affects how you feel, even your emotions. So it all matters, and to look at to take an approach that's more holistic, in my opinion, after 23 years, is an approach that is more effective in helping a patient heal and transform and reach that healthy uh, level that they're all wanting to reach. Everyone wants to have more energy, feel happy and joyous and grateful, but they don't know how to get there because they're not taught how to do this in school. What you teach, Michelle, is not taught in school. Emotional intelligence, and I call it emotional fitness.
Well, it's a mindset.
Because that's
It's
what
a
it is.
mindset. You know,
It's
for
a
me,
mindset.
after being a physical therapist for 23 years, I thought to myself, but if our mindset is perpetuating the chronic pain that we're working 3 times a week with somebody for 30 minutes, that we're not addressing it, in my imaginary fantasy world, every massage therapist, every nurse, every doctor, every healthcare professional, it behooves us to learn how powerfully our mindset, our beliefs, our feelings cause and perpetuate our dis-ease. And so, I mean, I've had clients that come in with an 8 out of 10 chronic pain in their neck, and after just 5-10 minutes, we go through a process of NLP, hypnosis, and they don't have the 8 out of 10 anymore. It's gone down to a 2. And they themselves are like, okay, wait a minute, how is this possible? But it's because we're made of energy and we can shift our beliefs like that. And so it's this is why I can't stop teaching these classes. Like, I have to share. And almost sometimes people, I think, are like, she's so excited. What is she so excited about? But if you witness these miracles happening in front of you, wouldn't you want everyone to know? And this is a part of
Yep.
the reason why I'm really grateful for you, Marlene, because we have witnessed in our clients changes that I think sometimes people are scared. Like, how could it work so fast? How could I get so fast better?
Well, I have an example yesterday. I mean, I had a patient come in she went to the emergency room with chest pain. And she was told it's not her heart. And of course, then they do a follow up with me and they want to know what's up. What this is, it's mind body medicine. It's how the mind teach, and you're teaching these principles in your Alva method and how to have a deeper understanding. And in the conversation, we finally got to the fact that she dreads going to her job and is afraid to leave it because there's some benefits, a lot of money she would lose if she doesn't stick it out for another 2 years. And she has other passions and other dreams. And she started crying, and then she started to feel so much better, because, and I go, there it is, the physical manifestation of you dreading to go to work every single day. So, and now in my clinical practice, that's what we discover. But then they need to continue, the work, and that's where you come in. That's why we're colleagues, and I refer patients to you, and I have them call you. And I know you work on the phone or in one-on-one sessions in person, and now you do the Zoom sessions. You're resilient, and you figured out ways to continue helping people.
Yes, we
And
can.
now she's got it. Now she has that insight and that
Some
awareness
people
and
don't even
understands her
know that
body.
their physiology, that their body is weighed down because of their thoughts. We actually, a lot of us are walking around
Right.
constantly saying, I don't like my thighs, I don't like my hips, I don't like my belly, I don't like myself, or I have to be better. So it's that constant chatty Cathy inside that
Right.
causes your heart to contract, that causes your gut to contract. And this is something that it's something you can't see.
Mind body.
I almost feel like the women that put on all the makeup that look perfect, it's almost like a cover up for the imperfect. It's a like a because it's interesting. Like, I don't really wear a lot of makeup. Like, I feel beautiful, and I don't feel I need to make myself all these. It's almost like I don't feel like I'm myself when I'm painted on, and it makes me feel uncomfortable. Like doing a photo shoot, when the makeup artist puts on the makeup, I'm like, that's not me. And I realize how we compensate so much, and we overcompensate. And so emotional release really connects you intimately to your true self. And I think a lot of us are living with a mask. We're pretending to be happy. We're pretending. And so I'm not happy all the time. I have my meltdowns, but I love whatever it is because it's not about being perfect anymore. But it's not like Marlena and I will talk on the phone and we're there as a support. And I love you no matter what. And I love me no matter what. And I can be that now. And so part of that was dropping the 50 pounds of stress that I was holding, or the shame, the guilt, the blame, the I'm not good enough story, and processing that. Woo! And now I'm really grateful to have discovered these approaches. Oh, we lost you, Marlene. Uh-oh. So anyway, folks, in a nutshell, if you want an awesome doctor on your team, Dr. Marlene Tejas Cordova from O Health Now. I will post her information, and she just came out with a new smoothie powder that she was talking about. And if you want to learn more about how to process the energy inside these traumas, these stuck energies, maybe you're holding on to your family's generational energy. Sometimes people are holding on to the past from other people. Let me just see if I can approve. Let's get her back in here. Um, Hi, Eric. Eric Rodriguez. Hi, Debbie. She's back. Can you hear us?
I can't hear you.
Hi, beautiful.
Oh, that's better. Something happened.
Yeah, it must be the reception. It's okay. It's all perfect. We just go with the flow. So thank you so much for being with us here today. And I'll put your website and whatever link you want me to mention. And people, I just want to share too that both of us are big time meditators. And Dr. T is starting on May 11, a 30-day detox for your mind, for your body, and your soul. And you get an essential oils gift. You get some powder, right? I don't want to like
You just check it out on my link. Go to Dr. Tejas on Instagram. Go to my link tree. I have like a link there, and press the 21-day quarantine mind body detox, because we all, I'm sure, need it. We've got to detox from this
Yes,
quarantine.
that's
um,
perfect.
it has magnesium, which is a great mineral, appetite crusher that's all natural, that manages leptin hormones that make you feel hungry and crave stuff. That's my dog. Nina!
She's ready for a
Check
big
it
hug.
out.
Hi, Nina. She's so cute.
And thank you so much, Michelle, for what you do and your class that I posted on my Facebook page. It teaches you emotional release and processing. I mean, that's basic well-being 101, okay? Knowing how to process your emotions and release any negative emotion too, right, Michelle? Release negative emotion and past traumas because otherwise it gets held up in the body, and it can make you sick, and it could be the root cause of the physical manifestation, the diagnoses that you're taking many
It's
medications.
amazing, even with like cancer patients that I worked with, how much women with breast cancer are holding on to resentment, years and years and years of anger, grief. It really does eat at you.
It
If you
eats at
don't
you.
let go of resentment, it literally eats at you. We're not meant to be constipated emotionally. And it's just something that I'm going to be talking more about this because it's very obvious to me when people have a release, they look like they just had an orgasm. It's like, it's a whole different you. And um, then we don't just stop there, we create. So that's another part of this work is about creating a new you and creating the vibration of what that is if you are already there. And this is really what
That's why I
manifestation
love,
is
thank
all
you. That's
about.
why I love working with you, because that's what we try to do at O Health. We're creating your health and well-being. You get to create your health and well-being, and you just need to know how. And so that's the approach we have at O Health, and that's why we love working with you, Michelle. So we can send patients to learn your Alva method, and also, last but not least, forgiveness. I know forgiveness is something you help patients
It's another
do,
form of release.
forgiving themselves and others. If we don't do that, and if and sometimes we need help. That's where, you know, Michelle comes in, because she guides you through this process in such a loving, intuitive, supportive way. You feel totally safe when you're with her, and you know that you're with a professional that is giving you her best in all ways. She's definitely put here to do this work, and I'm super grateful for you, Michelle, and all that you're doing. And we will continue to
Forgive you.
share
I
what we
forgive you.
do.
I love you. It's really about forgiving
I
ourselves, you
forgive you
guys.
ahead of time,
It's
like for
always about
anything.
forgiving ourselves. What?
I forgive you for everything ahead of time, like, you know, you have an advance.
Taking ourselves so
So
seriously, you know what I mean? It's so important not to take ourselves so seriously. Like, I was
yeah,
so
we gotta
serious
laugh.
for many
We gotta
years, you
laugh.
know? We're just here to
This is
learn.
it.
That's it. We're here to learn. Yeah.
It would be like a
I love
dog
you.
in the
Thank you.
present. My dog is walking around. I have to follow her.
She, she needs you. I love you. Tune in tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to post the information for the class. If you want to deep dive and feel more on the other end of that, is so much joy and so much happiness. And we get to get resilient, and we get to overcome all these challenges, especially right
Hi.
now. We can get through this, folks, and you can detox with Dr. T May 11 and have some yummy smoothies. We'll definitely have to have a little gathering when everything subsides.
Thank you, Michelle. Love
Have a
you.
beautiful day. I love you too.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Lots of love to everyone.